There's something different in the air at St. James Park. A curious silence, a feeling of strategic movement happening behind the scenes out of the spotlight, but just enough to spark the interest of those who follow the club closely. You know, that kind of sensation that doesn't come with official announcements or headlines, but rather with small hints scattered here and there. That's exactly what's got the inner circles of Newcastle United on alert, and the most observant fans have already noticed, when the board goes quiet, it's usually because something big is being drawn up behind closed doors. While many clubs are chasing high-profile names, with public negotiations and flashy headlines, Newcastle seems to be taking a different route, a quieter, more future-focused path, one that looks not only at the upcoming season, but also at the long-term project. This summer transfer window has made that very clear. The club's moves are precise, the approach is silent, and the targets are being selected with careful calculation. Right now, the focus seems to be on a specific profile, young talents with potential to grow and evolve within the club's long-term plans. If you're the kind of supporter who enjoys understanding what's happening behind the scenes before it hits the news, now's the perfect moment to subscribe to the channel. Your subscription really helps us continue this work and ensures you won't miss any of the latest updates on Newcastle United. Everything that happens, every plan, every move gets broken down here first, with context, analysis, and the insight of someone who lives the club every day. And what makes this story even more intriguing is the fact that Newcastle's new target isn't someone you'll see splashed across British sports papers. In fact, it's a name barely mentioned by Premier League fans, but it's causing quite a stir in Italian circles. A young, tall, versatile talent who had a standout season with a traditional club. The kind of player that perfectly fits the project signing profile that Newcastle seem to be prioritizing this summer. And what makes the move even more interesting is that it's happening at the same time that more expensive and experienced names are also being considered. Now everything starts to make sense. According to NEWCASTLE, Newcastle United are among the Premier League clubs closely monitoring Giovani Leoni, a 17-year-old centre-back who impressed for Parma last season. Leoni is Italian, stands at 1.95 meters, and is already regarded as one of Italy's top young defensive prospects. After leaving Sampdoria for Parma last summer, he played in 17 matches and showed an impressive level of maturity for his age. Newcastle's interest joins that of Liverpool, Tottenham, and even Inter Milan, who are all keeping tabs on him. What's striking about this move is how well it aligns with what Newcastle have been building behind the scenes under Eddie Howe. The recent signing of Antonio Cordero, a Spanish teenage winger, already hinted that the club wants to lay down strong foundations for the future. The search for young players who can be shaped within the club's philosophy seems stronger than ever. And Leoni, with his physical presence, game-reading skills, and versatility he's also played as a right-back, fits that profile perfectly. It's worth noting that NEWCASTLE journalist Alex Crook was the first to report this news. He claims Newcastle are one of 3 English clubs to have made formal inquiries about the defender. And while competition is fierce, the club believes its sporting project could be a deciding factor. However, there is one obstacle. At the moment, Leoni reportedly prefers to stay in Italy. Understandable, given his age, development, pace, and cultural ties to Italian football. That's why this potential signing should not be seen as something for the immediate term. Newcastle's board understand that certain targets must be approached patiently. The club isn't only building for today, it's carefully planning what it wants to become in the next few years. Just like in the past with names such as Hugo Ekitike, Leoni might be someone being quietly monitored until the right moment for a serious move. And if you've made it this far into the video, take this opportunity to subscribe to the channel. Your subscription helps us keep producing this kind of in-depth content filled with backstage insights, reliable sources, and analysis that goes well beyond headlines. And don't forget to hit the bell icon too, because more updates on this story could drop at any moment, and you'll want to be the first to know. Speaking of reliable sources, it's always important to stress that information like this comes from serious names in sports journalism. The report about Giovani Leoni was published by NEWCASTLE based on the findings of Alex Crook, a journalist who follows Premier League clubs closely. He's delivered trustworthy scoops before, which gives weight to this rumor. Another point that shouldn't be ignored is the pattern we've seen from Newcastle in recent months. The club isn't rushing things. They know that growing in a sustainable way means making smart bets. The pursuit of young talent isn't a luxury, it's a strategy. And within that logic, names like Leoni are evaluated not only by their current performances, but also by their potential adaptability to English football and compatibility with Eddie Howe's system. When you look at Leoni's profile, it's easy to see why he's attracted attention. He has a rare physical advantage for someone his age and shows a level of maturity usually seen in much older players. Plus, his ability to play both as a central defender and a right-back gives the manager valuable tactical flexibilities, especially in a league as demanding as the Premier League. Meanwhile, other defensive names continue to be assessed as well. Newcastle have already shown interest in players like Giorgio Scalvini, Mark Gahey, and Leonardo Balerdi, all of them young. but already more established in their respective leagues. This suggests the club is building a wide-ranging list, allowing them to move strategically without relying on just one option. All of this points to a transfer window being handled with a clever blend of patience and ambition. Signing someone like Leoni might not happen now or even in the coming months, but the fact that the club is tracking this caliber of player already shows long-term vision. It's about strategy, timing, and above all, building something lasting. And if you enjoy this kind of deep dive into Newcastle's behind-the-scenes moves, leave a like on the video and drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Giovani Leoni would be a smart move for the club, or would you prefer the board to focus on more experienced options? Your voice is essential for helping us shape this space of conversation and analysis for our beloved Newcastle United. In the coming days, we expect new updates not just about Leoni, but also regarding other names being explored behind the scenes. So don't wait, subscribe now. This is the place to get everything firsthand, with no fluff, and always with the passion of someone who lives every step of this club. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned, there's much more to come from St. James Park.